Hello, everyone. It's Friday, and it is time, once again, to build our list of ranked 8-bit Nintendo games. We have we have an interesting a batch of games this time out, and we'll get to that. But I want to get to this because someone did send in a case of these, and I've got 2 of the 3 flavors in the variety pack on the list, but not the third. So let's figure out what the heck is up with Muscle Farm. That's PH Farm. Combat Energy Grapefruit Lime. 300 milligrams of caffeine, 600 milligrams of BCAA aminos. No sugar, no calories. Okay. Let's find out. The black cherry is bad. The green apple was better. If you're keeping score, and we are. That's not bad. This is all right. You could it's got a little zip to it, which is kind of nice. Let's get this on the list so we can get down to business. So it's better than the green apple, which sits at 106. But I probably, it's better than Big Game Energy Sour Gummy. It's better than the Ray's Energy Guava Mango, that's for sure. I had another one of those recently. I'll take it over the Ghost Warhead Sour Watermelon, honestly. It's better than the Baja Burst Twisted Lime that Rise makes. It's right in that same ballpark, though. Better than the Acai Cyclone. But that's probably... Oh, I'm on the wrong list here. Yeah, kind of looking in this range here. Yeah, it's better than the Cyclone energy here. But... Grapefruit Lime. We now have 151 drinks on the list. It's been a while since we have added a drink to the list. And so congratulations to our new number 91, Muscle Farm Energy Grapefruit Lime. It's the energy drink situation is very weird. I'm heading out to stores. I'm not seeing any new brands. In fact, I am finding it increasingly difficult to find cans of our number 1 drink, Rockstar Zero Fruit Punch. I'm finding it is sold out, and they'll still have Silver Ice, which Silver Ice is fine. Silver Ice is good. Where is Silver Ice on the list? Wait a minute. Are you telling me that we have not ranked Silver Ice yet? How is that possible? I drank a damn dozen of those. That can't be right. Huh. Weird. The things you miss, I guess. Anyway, we'll put Silver Ice on the list next time I drink one. That's good to know. That's good to know. But yeah, it's there are obviously a lot of weird brands out there that folks have sent in graciously to the PO box. That is, if you're on Twitch, it's the PO box is right below the video window here. But yeah, there's the handful of. I think there's some low calorie flavored Red Bull. I believe they do some of those variants in a sugar free variety, so there's those. Apparently Silver Ice never got it onto the list. Silver Ice is honestly, that's a top 20 drink, I think. We'll see where it nets out when we finally do get there, but Silver Ice, pretty good. All right, let's get the Nintendo rankings up. We don't have quite as many Nintendo games on the list. We only have 125. But we'll be adding another 7 or so to the list today. As we work our way through and rank every single 8-bit Nintendo game released in North America, licensed or otherwise, limited to the time frame, the basic time frame of the system. So, kind of aftermarket cartridges that are coming out more recently, we're going to leave those out. This is kind of, the era. Number 1, Super Mario Brothers, which looms heavy over this list ever since we added it, where I look at it now and go like, are games, is there going to be a game that beats Super Mario Brothers 1? I don't know. I do not know. All the way down to Circus Caper, which similarly, could a game possibly be worse than Super Caper? Super Caper. Let's make a game called Super Caper. Then Circus Caper. It's hard to imagine, but it was also very hard to imagine a game that would score lower than Athena. So I feel like anything is possible there. But this top 20, really, well, you know what? I'd say the top 15 here this is a stout list of games right here. And so when I think about some of the other kind of like big 8-bit Nintendo games, I go like, oh, that probably cracks into the top 10. But then I look at the top 10, I go like, shit, man, I don't know. I don't know, man. Like it's getting... Anything's possible, anything's possible. That's why we sit down and play them. It'd be real easy to sit down and just like throw Castlevania on this list and go like, I don't know, like it's number 7. But like we need to play it again. And we need to play Simon's Quest. There's a lot of, the Punch Out is a game I think about a lot that we'll probably get to sooner rather than later. And I don't know where Punch Out scores. That's such a, Punch Out is good. It's a good game. Apparently I have this thing open twice. What the heck is going on? All right, we need to close some things and reopen some things because all hell is breaking loose up here. I don't know what the heck's going on. Hopefully we won't need to reboot, but this is broken. And everything appears to have locked up. Oh, wait. No, we're back. Are we? Are we indeed back? Because everything seized up there for a sec, and now everything seems like it is back on the up and up. Okay, we're back. Cool. Yeah, it was closing. An application was closing, and all heck broke loose, and everything locked up for a sec there. So let's, before anything else sketchy happens, let's get to some video games, shall we? The darkness. Here we are. Here I am. Hello. And here's this. Okay. Our first game comes to us from Kevin. Remember, if you want to suggest games, or if you just want to get on the Discord or get an ad-free podcast and get all that, you can get all that stuff on Spotify now. Head over to patreon.com/Jeff Gerstmann and you can sign up. If you just want to follow some of the posts and see some of the free stuff that gets posted over there, you can now follow a Patreon page for $0. They allow that, and so you could do that as well. But if you sign up for one of the tiers, then you get on the Discord, you get on some ad-free shows, you get on if you want to suggest some games for this show, you can do that. The Hall of Fame, you get early access to that, and all sorts of fun stuff like that. This first game comes to us via Kevin. And this game seemed like one of the biggest things in the world at the time. And I feel like over the years it's become something of a joke, or I don't really know. We'll fire it up here. Kid Icarus. That's a really shrill... This game came out... This game was showcased right alongside Metroid when they were like, we got games that are so big you have to enter a password to save your progress. And in its day, I played and completed this game, but I couldn't tell you too much about it other than, well, I guess you get a credit card, maybe? Now, if I remember correctly, the hearts are used as currency. And okay, so we have this menu, and then I think if you hit the select key, you use mallets to, like, you turn everyone into hammers? Is that what it is? Nothing in here. We could jump in that water and I think we would die. Yeah, is this game the spiritual successor to Ice Climber? And when the drums kick in is when things start to feel good. And these guys are dicks. Alright, so we got the harp. It turned them into keys or are they hammers? Hammers? I think they're hammers. I always thought they were hammers. Oh, God! Right. Good, good. Alright, this will restore some life, right? Yeah. Should I go back down to that door down there? Can I go down? Yeah, they're... Okay, mallets. Close enough. Same thing. Okay. Fuck you. So at a time when, you know, instruction manuals had some stuff but were not necessarily comprehensive as to the kind of depths of the weirdness of some of these games, this game was very... This game came off as very strange. Okay, we don't want this fucker to see us. But when the drums get going, like, it's a good little tune. Ah, fuck you. Oh, God. I can't make it up there. Okay. Is this a boss? What is in here? Oh, okay. You forget that the game is also kind of level-based, not, you know... Because it came out alongside Metroid, and, you know, Metroid obviously is not really level-based, but... But Nintendo chose, by kind of framing them as, you know, hey, these two games have passwords, and showing them both around the same time in their publication. Like, for me, these two games will be forever linked. But I also feel like this game ain't no Metroid. Oh. So it doesn't scroll back down, right? I die if I fall off, right? I can't remember. Okay. If you're holding up to shoot up, the jump button stops working, which is really weird. It's not a great. Okay, I guess that's that, huh? No bonus treasure at the end of that. Just, hey, you got some money from killing those guys. You should be happy that happened. Oh gosh. I can't afford any of this. What do you say? Try buying from me. And then so you get a credit card, and the credit card makes it so you can buy something even if you don't have enough money for it, but then you have to pay it off. And if you don't pay it off, I think then they send evil creatures off. It's a weird it's a weird game. I think that kind of gets lost in some of all this too. That like, hey, by the way, Kid Icarus is kind of nonsense. Oh, jeez. I'm finished. Here's your sacred words. And then we lose half of our hearts, right? When we continue, is that how it works? Half of your money. Like, the movement on those guys is just erratic enough that I'm, like, perplexed trying to fight them. It shouldn't be that... I guess I would say... This game is... I would call it difficult. Like, you don't have much health. There are not that many opportunities to recover it. And the onslaught is pretty relentless. That's enough. I've had enough. I guess I would be curious, you know, Did anyone is anyone who was responsible for Ice Climber, did they work on this? Is there a weird, is there some actual lineage there? And we'll never have enough money to buy any of this. I don't even know what any of it does. I'm going to say the feather is maybe a high jump, and maybe one of those extends your maximum life, whether it's the barrel or the bottle, who can say? All right, we're just gonna, you see me, run this way. We're gonna go over here. Oh man, there was a life pickup that disappeared when I came back out. That's a bummer. But like, you know, you could theoretically sit here and just do this and harvest hearts until you have enough to buy stuff. I'm just having trouble timing. I want to get up. I want to get in that door. So we could buy some more mallets, which I'm not, I think, what is it? You hit select and then I don't remember. We have 6 right now. Oh God, the ice. The ice? What the fuck? Are you kidding me? You can't shoot down either, which would be... Oh, I'm really having trouble with it. Because if I jump, then hold up and shoot, you can do that. But if I hold up before I jump, then your feet are planted. That's a unfortunate limitation. If I were making a ROM hack of this, that's something I would do. Fuck these guys. I don't have... I like that if you fall, you die also. It's just, it's like, this game's harsh. I don't know. It's not necessarily impossible, but it's a pain in the ass. Ah! Oh, bye. All right, I was hitting the select key to see if I could use hammers, but maybe I'm misremembering. I thought there was something with... Because I have 6 of them here. I don't remember where you use those. You only use the hammers in the dungeons. Okay. Are the dungeons the areas inside these doors, or is there something separate that's considered a dungeon? I don't even know. Like, is this? No. I hit select there. It didn't seem to do anything. But I that's how I remember it, is you would hit select and then be able to use the hammers for stuff. But it's been a while. Okay. Nope. Yeah, these fuckers. Oh no, I did it again! Like, you can't, it's very deliberate. Like, if I jump, I don't have the air control to turn around. I have to turn around and then jump. That's some weird, it's not that weird. But I feel it's kind of weird compared to some of the mobility options you would expect. Certainly from a modern game, but also I might even say like a game from this era. It seems a little weird. Oh, you fuckfaces. Let's just go in here to clear the screen, and then we'll keep moving. Oh, they're all right back. Great. What do you say? Try buying from me. But yeah, the movement doesn't feel good. That might be the biggest, that's probably the biggest problem I have with it. Also, maybe the range on your shot, which maybe is something you do extend over the course of the game. It's been so long. But it's funny, when this game first came out, I remember really liking it, and then every time I came back to it in the following years, being like, holy smokes, this is a miserable video game. This is a miserable video game. And being surprised by that. Well, I was hoping to avoid some damage and all that stuff. It didn't work out. Oh, see, yeah. Ice. I'm climbing this ice. But oh, you son of a bitch. It's the mobility stuff. Like, this is the stuff, like, coming back to it now, the stuff, like, why I say it's miserable is because that stuff is really, it's finicky in a way that it's hard to unlearn decades of games that would let you do this very normal stuff. Or just the specific way it handles ice feels different than... People in chat are saying the vertical levels, Groundflower says the vertical levels are punishing and obnoxious. I don't even remember this game having horizontal levels, but I assume it does. It's been a very long time. I remember this entire game being this, basically. But it's been a while. Okay. Apparently vision range is not super long on those. Okay, ice. Remember. Ice. Still, as soon as the little drum part kicks in, I am excited. Well, that's not a. That's also weird that they give you little spots like that that look like they should be wrap around, but then on the other side you're like, oh, they're definitely not. Was this game conceived as an Ice Climber sequel? It can't be. Ah, fuck. Doesn't look like the same people worked on it. Okay. Because I could see there being some situation where the Ice Climber people were like, we've got some ambition here to really blow this out. Pat, you rented this game and brought it back early? Yeah. I could see it for sure. I ended up with a copy of this game. I don't remember. Well, I don't know. Maybe we bought it. But, I don't think it compares very favorably to Metroid. And again, that's a weird, but by virtue of these being the two games that Nintendo promoted as part of the Password series, the games are forever linked. Oh, if you crouch on the ice, you fall through? That's good to know. It's good to know. And they just keep falling. Like the rate at which the enemies spawn is like just, it's perfect to kind of F you over. You know what I mean? Also, people in chat are saying like the game gets better once you kind of get out of this early area and start getting a few upgrades, which I believe. Oh. Bite me. Like that. It's almost timed perfectly to where those snakes are falling out of the sky. If you clear the screen of snakes, the next batch is like right there. Taking too much damage. Ah! Fuck. I hate this game. One more. I remember liking this game, but gosh. It's the sort of thing that with a couple of tweaks here that maybe it wouldn't need in the later parts of the game, kind of once you get those upgrades. But some of this early game stuff, whether it would be a mid-level checkpoint or you know, something along those lines to just even out the early parts of the game probably would have gone a long way. I feel like right now the answer, like if we were really playing this and not about to stop playing this, the answer would be to farm hearts, would be to stop and shoot snakes for an hour so that we could afford to buy some stuff. Oh. Uh-oh. Is there an item you get or something that makes something appear in these rooms? you find glasses or something? I can't remember. Oh, if I have enough hearts, then there are upgrades in here? I know, interesting. Oh boy. Run! Run! So if you farm a bit, then there are upgrades in there. That's, That's something that, it'd be nice if stuff like that was conveyed in game, but that's, you know, again, 1986. We were not about that life. We were not about that telling you about the game life. Leave one alive to tell the tale of Mickey and Mallory. Hey, fuck off. What the fuck? Look, we're just gonna... And then there's some of the, not these ones, but there's another color of liquid that's like, wait. Great. Great. There's like another liquid that heals you when you, there's like a healing spring or something, isn't there? We have everything. Well, I don't have anything. Shoot the shopkeeper? Is that a... Can you... Oops. Oh god. Please let that jump keep going and not... Okay. Like, don't make me fall into the... Hyphenating the word thank you, the words thank you is a choice. A localization choice. Or I guess actually, was this, I mean, this game was in probably... I don't know off the top of my head. I was going to say, was this game in English? And it's... Ooh, it's close. Let's try this one. So do I not pick anything up until... Okay, yeah, that's right. I couldn't remember if it was you only get one item or... Oh no! These don't hurt, do they? Okay. You never know. Is that how you get the credit card? Is if you get all the good pots, eventually you get the credit card that way? All right, here's a chance at getting some more mallets, I suppose. Or not. Oh boy, fuck it. Oh yeah, sure. Let me just yeah, I got that kind of money. Yeah, I don't know. This game, it's certainly got ideas. I love. I do like the music in it. I like the general concept, but I think execution-wise, especially when you return to it nowadays, oh, fuck you. So those things do hurt you, but only if you get ultra close to them? Is that what just happened? Okay, we're just gonna rush this door, see me and run. No, I cannot, because I have no life left, and I am finished. I'm finished. This would be an interesting game to play with cheats, just to kind of see it, you know, or to watch a TAS. But I, you know, it has ideas, and that's the thing that I think does stick out when we think about Kid Icarus in this day and age. Is you go like, God, I mean, that's the game that had a credit card and the eggplant wizard and like, oh, what a weird thing. It's a really, the word weird gets thrown around a little too much when we talk about old games. I think when people go like, oh, it's so weird, when it's really just like, you know, if you read the manual and parse it out, it's not that it's that weird. It's just that they made specific choices, and they made those choices 35 years ago or whatever it was. But I think this is a game that was always a little rough. It came out in an era when I think we were much more tolerant of rough games. But I think over the years have not been kind to Kid Icarus, is what I would say. And I think that if again, a ROM hack that actually just kind of changed some of your air control, unless there's an upgrade item later that kind of evens that out, as well as something that lets you hit the jump button while you're already aiming up, and maybe something that lets you shoot down, which might be like a fun, you know, just a fun thing. But it's a double jump might be a nice thing there too, but there's a little too much bunk there. They did all that in the 3D Classics re-release. I didn't realize that. I thought that those 3D Classics re-releases were just kind of like, here you go. It's the same, you know, I thought it was just the same game, but with layers. But it's an interesting idea. Again, a game that was dramatically overshadowed by Metroid in its day, certainly, and I think over the years the time has not been kind to it. But it's not. I'm hesitant to. I don't think I want to call. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it's a bad game. I'm going to tell you like there are things that I don't like about it, but I think there's certainly something interesting to it. That I like, that I want to like about it. It does not want me to like it, but I want to like it, I suppose is the thing with Kid Icarus. And then of course, yeah, they did the sequel for Game Boy, right? And then there's that 3DS game, which people are very like. People really love that 3DS game. I was not real big on it. I was just not real big on it. I don't know. Like people are. And then the control scheme with all the like, we're going to sell you a stand and then you put it in the stand. Like the weird. They tried to do a lot to get people into Kid Icarus on the 3DS, up to and including giving you some plastic to fucking make it work better. But yeah, I don't know. It was never. I don't know. It was never my thing. Never my cup of tea. But how does all that even out? The positives and the negatives of all of that. Where do we end up? That's the question. We need to start asking the hard questions like, is Kid Icarus better than Rambo? I suppose, scientifically speaking, we would say yes. And then, the game that came up a couple of times while we were playing it, is it better than Ice Climber? I believe the answer to be yes there as well. But I think Kid Icarus probably ends up somewhere in here. Is Kid Icarus better than Slalom? That's a weird one. Yeah, I think we would just from an ambition and, everything else kind of standpoint, we would put Kid Icarus above it. But this is getting weird because, like, it's not better than Willow. So really, I think we're looking at somewhere in this zone. Okay, I think what we're going to say here. I think the other thing is you have to not get attached to the numbers. Like the numbers are fun to talk about as a goof as we fill out the list. Because if you asked me, is Kid Icarus a top 30 NES game? I would say absolutely fucking not. Not in a million years. But for right now, it's our new number 30. Better than Life Force, but it's no low G man, the low gravity man. I'm happy to get this one on the list. This one has been taking up a lot of headspace with me lately because of everything we just talked about, right? Where it's like there's so many ups and downs. There's like Kid Icarus is such a conflicted video game. That again, I have like really fond memories of when I initially played it. And then every memory I have of it, other than like liking it at the time, every time I played it since then, I was like, God, fuck this game. It's like, So there you have it. All right, next up. They said it couldn't be done. And in fact, I hope that everything is configured correctly for this to work. But it is time to add another unlicensed game to our list. If it ever shows up. Okay, there we go. It's Chiller. It's Chiller, which was originally an arcade game, believe it or not. And this was suggested by Blaine. It is the 90s, and it's time for Chiller. This game was unlicensed, I believe, because of the violence. But I don't know off the top of my head, and I believe we are going to have to do some controller configuring here to get this to work here. Port 2 controls, device type. We want a zapper. Who is ShareData? ShareData is a company that put out a lot of Commodore 64 games. They put out like Wheel of Fortune on the C64. I assume that's what they're referring to here, but it's I don't think they published the game or anything. Like it's unlicensed, weird. And so we need to shoot things to reduce the monster meter. And look at this dismemberment. Look at how crazy that is. Good shooting. But I believe it was the blood and guts aspect of the horror aspect of this that probably led to Nintendo pulling it down. You can't see a cursor. I don't think there is a way to configure it, and there maybe there is. I'll take a quick look here. That'd probably be in core options if I had to guess, but yeah, I don't know that you'll be able to see a cursor here. Which is how it was originally, baby. I traded a lot of games to get a hold of a copy of Chiller because it, unlicensed games, they looked weird. Like you had to know what was going on with them. You're like, what's this weird blue gray cartridge? Like, what is this fucking thing? And I guess as we shoot these things throughout the levels, it uncovers this message, I think is what it was. Was it worth it? Absolutely not. So now we see a Soldier of Fortune-like level of dismemberment here. And you see why Nintendo might not want this on their platform. And we're shooting the wheels on this torture rack to pull these bodies into pieces. The ectoplasmic tabulator is here to count up. This game's a miserable piece of shit. As someone who owned a copy back in the day. Look at that. We shot the blade and it. We're gonna shoot this thing so it screws down and crushes this head here. I like how on all these torture scenes, everyone's kind of, you know, naked or close to it, which is, you know, a nice touch. But we're here just mutilating these bodies. And again, this game came to arcades. I believe the arcade version is emulated in MAME. And really, it's just up to you to kind of just shoot stuff and see what gives you points. The music is terrible. And I don't know if you can see it, but every time we pull the trigger, you'll see some little flashes on the ground that will show you where some of the stuff is. Which is how I was able to find those holes. Alright, let's just dismember this body here. Hooray. But I guess we need to find all of the, like, these, you know, these are kind of clues to items that I need to shoot in order to win, right? Yeah, XD made a lot of, like, weird light gun games in arcades. It was Chiller, Crossbow. Yeah, Cheyenne. That was the other one. All right. I'd like to solve the puzzle. Shot that skull while it was in midair. I'm just that good. Okay. Only 4 more things to find here. I don't know. That's right. This is a monumental achievement. Sorry, it's when I play light gun games, I can't help it. All right, I guess let's feed this lady the alligator again. Oh, we ran out of juice or something. And that's it. And then it's over. I don't know. That's chiller. You can play it with a controller, I believe. Or maybe not. Maybe it's... Yeah, maybe... well, yeah, maybe it'll just let you use the controller to start and pause it or something. Anyway, let's not play any more chiller. It's a real piece of garbage. It's a real piece of garbage. I remember this was the Klaus days. This was going to Klaus's Hobbies and trading him 5 games for 1 and everything else and trying to get my hands on as many different games as possible. And I don't remember exactly what I traded to get my hands on Chiller, but it was probably something better than Chiller. That's for sure. But it was, the idea of just like, it's a murder. Nintendo wouldn't let it on their platform because there's so much murder in. And I'd never seen the arcade game at that point. Otherwise, I would have been like, oh, yeah, let's stay away from Chiller. But it's other than that, other than the theme, it plays pretty similarly to the other arcade light gun games that Exidy made in that era. Your Crossbows and Cheyenne and everything else. So maybe that stuff worked in arcades. I don't know. Chiller is a real piece of garbage, especially on the NES. Like the light gun stuff, I remember feeling like shit. I don't know if it's because it was an unlicensed game and they just made it poorly on top of that, but like lining up shots, hitting your targets, everything else. Even though when you pull the trigger, you can see the little red spots on screen that are like, oh, these are the interactable objects on this stage. I should just shoot all of them. It's a really terrible thing, but there's something hilarious about the idea of just like all these like barely clothed bodies that you're just shooting into piles of gunk. But like indiscernible. It's not like it's like violent in a way you're like, oh my gosh. They should remake Chiller in Unreal Engine 5 is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It just seems crappy. The graphics are crappy with their crappy blank faces as you shoot them apart. And like, are they even alive? I don't know. It doesn't even... It's a real bad game. And on top of that, it's got 4 stages, and it just loops until I guess until you spell the secret phrase, and then maybe it resets. I don't remember what it does. I know I have done that. I think I just turned on a cheat for infinite juice or whatever and just played until I did it. But Chiller is a piece of garbage. Make no mistake. We can have a fun. We can have a fun and have a laugh about Chiller, but that does not save it from the bottom portions of our list, where it is certainly worse than Pinball Quest. Yeah, are there secret phrases other than you have found every talisman? I don't think there are. I don't think so. But I don't remember for sure. Is Chiller worse than that abysmal port of Tubin? Yes. Is it worse than Xenophobe, which is also really fucking bad? Yeah, I mean, it's worse than Motor City Patrol. It's worse than Ghostbusters. It's certainly worse than Super Pitfall. Is it worse than the other? I think this is the only other. No, Tubin is unlicensed as well, but the other unlicensed garbage at the bottom of the list here. Yeah, that's where we're putting it. That is exactly where we're putting it. And congratulations to our new number 124, Chiller. It's better than Back to the Future, but it's no Master Chew and the Drunkard Hugh. Who? Hugh? Who? And thanks to Blaine for suggesting it. Because I almost put that on the list myself a couple of times. And then didn't. But all right. Arcade ports. We've had a few. Let's have a few more. Rare did this as well. This is Cabal. Did they not think to have any audio during the title screen? That's a weird... Have we lost audio somehow? No. Oh, this cursor movement feels really rough. So that you had a few games like this, like Caliber 50 or whatever, and there were a few... Oh, how did I throw the grenade? That's what I was trying to figure out. It's weird to have this kind of game. I mean, I think it looks kind of crummy. But to have like these very rare sounding sound effects and instruments. So this was kind of the other idea that I think a lot of, not a lot, but a handful of developers had over the years of like, what if we made a light gun game? It's like, what, like Empire City? There's a few. Oh, jeez. Where they said, what if we made a light gun game, but without a light gun? And so instead, you move a cursor, but also you are also a character on screen, and so you kind of have to try not to get hit, which we're having a lot of trouble with. I need to figure out how to throw grenades, and I need to figure it out quickly. Oh, okay. If I stop shooting and then just tap the fire button, it will throw a grenade. That's not a great mechanic. Ah! I like his ridiculous run at the end of these levels. weird that this is a rare game. I had no idea. You know what? I'll say I did not know that this game came to the platform. Like Chiller before it, it really is about finding these interactive spots where you can, like, oh, if I throw a grenade here, it'll blow this whole building up. Look at that. And so you get a little destructibility. Oh, man. Look at that guy rolling just like I do. Total mirror match. Oh, he's slipping. Really not easy to stay out of dodge on some of these incoming shots here. But what else? There was this, you know, like Dynamite Duke for the Genesis, kind of is this style of game. Ugh. Oh man, that did not seem like that was as close to me as it was. God, the music being just the same over and over again is really... And so if we hit the button, the B button, while moving side to side, he just runs fast. So you can kind of head for cover that way. But if we hit like diagonally down and hit the button, is when you get that roll. Ugh. Oh, man. Yeah, this is just pretty rough. I don't know. It's okay. I hope I'm doing damage. He's not flickering the way that the normal enemies do. All right. Level 2. It's got more stages than Chiller, so that's Oh. Yay. I feel like I want a faster moving cursor. Like it's always, you know, because you're using the same D-pad to move the cursor that you're moving the character, it ends up being, and that's part of these games, right? When like all of them do that, where it's like, oh, the cursor moves a little faster than the character does because you need to be able to aim, and but it never feels quite right. It's an interesting kind of like, you know, pat your head, rub your stomach kind of thing of maintaining both of those things. But I feel like if anything, I want more cursor acceleration because I want to be able to get around the screen. Like the problem I feel like I was having more often than not was like, I need the cursor to be 3 inches to the right. And if I stop and plant my feet, which is the fastest way to get it there, I will die. And so you're kind of like rolling to the right and moving it while you roll and do it. Like it's a, you know, like this genre of game, like this, whatever you want to call this specific subgenre of shooters, where they draw the like light gun games without a light gun, where they draw your character on the screen and you're kind of moving them back and forth, like Nom 1975 for the Neo Geo. This Kadash, is Kadash one of those, or is Kadash more of a Rastan like? I can never remember. I always mix it up. But it's always just it's got a weird feel to it. And it's got, you know, it's an idea for sure to try to make that style of thing. Like I said, Dynamite Duke is sort of in that vein. And at that point, I would say maybe even you would consider the Super Spy to kind of be in a similar vein. That Empire City 1931, I think is what the game's called. Empire City and then a year. I forget but that's an arcade game that is like a, you know, organized crime, Dick Tracy type of you know, trench coats and hats and Tommy guns type thing. That I think is sort of in there. Super Spy is not quite one of those, but I feel like Dynamite Duke sort of bridges the gap between the Super Spy and games like this. Like it's kind of in the middle. So there's some, it's not a Cabal like, but it's like there's a lineage, there's some kind of connective tissue there in the middle of all this stuff. That's a game that I would occasionally drop a quarter in at an arcade and be like, oh yeah. And some of them would have trackballs instead of joysticks, and so you would have like very fast kind of trackball movement, which was also a little interesting. But Nom 1975 I think is a better game, and that's also one that I would think has like significant just conceptual issues. And so a port of Cabal, because I'm trying to think, did Cabal have a trackball? I want to say it did. Yeah, it did. The original arcade version, and maybe it's a thing where they did a joystick version as well. But like it is a trackball game. We could look at the MAME list and see if there's like a joystick version of that there, but I don't remember off the top of my head. It doesn't matter. I think that game the control is a little finicky. It works, but it's not much fun. That said, I think if we're putting it on a list here, and good news, we are. It's got something going for it. Like you would take it over a Skate or Die. You would take it over a Dick Tracy. Is Cabal better than Dino Wars Destruction of Spondylus? That's a good question. Is it better than TNC Surf Wood and Water Rage? Let's work our way up to it and really think this through. Cabal is better than Super Off-Road. Cabal is better than Spelunker. It's better than that Port of Spy Hunter. So yeah, as we kind of move up here, I would probably, like in terms of like they did stuff to it to make it work with a D-pad and everything that is more than I can say for some of these lackluster arcade ports like Burger Time and Donkey Kong. It's not better than Scoon. That's for sure. Is Cabal better or worse than Excite Bike? Oh, man. We have an answer. And the answer is, where did it go? The answer is no. Cabal is our new number 67. Congratulations to Cabal. And congratulations to Cabal of Mortal Kombat fame for being the character in MK3 that made people the angriest. And like, it's so cheap. It's like, no, you're just fucking block, stupid. Let's move on. All right. Here we go. Pictionary, the game of video quick draw. With some of the hardest drums on the platform. Fuck yeah. Oh. I don't even need to play this game. Yeah, the Tim Follin Boiler Room set was fucking bonkers. Regular game. Alternative game. Oh, I don't remember this at all. Wait, what do I have to do here? Wait, what am I... Okay, I missed... I am... Okay, I'm moving the thing at the top. Okay, I can shoot. There we go. Have I never played this before? It is entirely possible. But I guess we're uncovering a drawing, right? So... What the So is that a, what is that? Are those banana? Is that a banana? Kind of looks like bananas, but we don't have enough room for the word banana. This idea of let's have some little mini games, is it? If Undertale had this level of quality of little mini games, then maybe people would like that game. What? That looks like an envelope. Let's try it. It's a little bit of inertia on here. We rolled a 5. I guess I must have never played this because I would remember this. This is amazing. Like this idea of like uncovering, you know, because like you gotta have, if it's not a human doing the drawing, then do you just like reveal it one after another? Like how do you handle that? And so them creating these fucking little mini games to where you have to kind of like play the mini game, but also look and see what you're looking at to try to buzz in and guess. And I have no guess. That looks like a apple or like a leaf and a like a stem from the top of an apple or something there, maybe. But yeah, if that's the if we've seen every mini game, then that's maybe But still, what a really neat idea. I had no idea. It's a building. It's what is this? It's a building, but this is 2 words. This is fucking hard, by the way. Office does not fit. Yep, pizza tower. That's it. Yeah. It's really good looking sneakers. Time's up, folks. This music is so good. Shamrock, maybe? Or just tree? Oh, that's a lot of letters. It's not clover. It's not shamrock. It's not... What the fuck? This part is brutal, right? I'm not crazy, right? Like, this is... Teddy bear? Yeah, teddy bear. Also, the timing on the way that mini game is assembled is like you can't help but let some people fall to their doom, which is pretty wild. Like, seriously, how is anyone supposed to look at this and get anything? Perpendicular? I mean, yeah, it is. Well, is that enough? Yeah. Good job. You're not bad. All right, so we got a moon. Uh... It's weird acknowledgement of, we don't have enough puzzles in our game. And you played this before. Not really a fan of getting the same minigame back to back. Can we just, I never did figure out what we needed to do with this one. None of the buttons do anything. None of the buttons do anything, and all I can really do is walk back and forth. I can't walk off the screen. It doesn't work. That doesn't do anything. Oh, okay. All right. So that if I'm on the left side and I push up on the D-pad, I can. Interesting. Oh, fuck you, man. Is it like a music note? Kind of looks... Annoying that it doesn't show it to you, but I guess, you know, hey, there's only so many puzzles in the game. Oh, man. All right. Oh, I didn't count those? So the arrow's pointing at that dot over there. Is it? Yeah. Is that meant to be a period? I guess we'll. That's dirty. That's maybe the downfall of this game is that its puzzles are like, oh, here's a bunch of stuff and. Some more minigame music would have been nice than this kind of vaguely, let's call it, Another One Bites the Dust inspired. Like, it's not the same melody per se, but thumb? Is that a hand and it's pointing at the thumb? But like these ones where it's like if you didn't, because you don't really have control over what you uncover. And so it's like if you didn't uncover the arrow there, you'd just be screwed. Like I don't know. That hand is a nightmare. I kind of want to see what happens when we get here. Also, the way it seems to occasionally just uncover one that you've already uncovered, and so you get nothing for it. I guess they kind of have to make it a little random, but it's frustrating. What the fuck? Dude, this is a nightmare. Is that like a horse? Yeah, is that like a horse, maybe? Yeah, saddle, maybe. Yeah, maybe saddle. I just assume that everyone in chat is looking at a list of the answers in the game. And going, saddle, yes. It'll be Space Invaders, but we'll make it upside down. Genius. Small, maybe? Because it's let's try small. I like the idea. You know? The mini games to uncover the stuff I think is really neat. It's got issues. You know, it's got, you know, it could use more mini games, but also like the music is incredible. But that's conceptually really cool. But where does that end up on our list here? Pictionary is better than Galaxy 5000 Racing in the 51st Century. Where is Anticipation on this list? There, right there. Anticipation is probably still a better game. This one just has like a fascinating, like really fascinating elements to it. But yeah, this is probably somewhere in the right zone. It's not as good as Solstice, The Quest for the Staff of Deimos. Something I never thought I'd say, but here we are. But Pictionary... Pictionary's, it's better than Mule. That's a weird one because it's just not a, you know, Mule's kind of a funky port. Much better music. Or rather, I guess we're really looking at these. Is Pictionary better than Spelunker? Is it better than Dino Wars Destruction of Spondylus? Is it better than TNC Surf Design's Wood and Water Rage? I suppose it is, just because the surfing is so bad. And even if the skating is fun. But I think where we're at here... When we break it down, scientifically speaking, here we are. It's our new number 63, Pictionary. Pictionary. But, like, you know, I think you could say that about any kind of board game show, any question-based, trivia-based thing on any platform of this era, is you're like, it needs more questions, it needs more this, it needs more that. Okay, let's move on. Thanks to Ian and Adam for suggesting that one. Mike suggests this next one, which... This is a... I'm curious to see where this ends up. It's Cobra Triangle. So it's it's a boat game, and also it has this Gradius-esque power-up system. And then it flies away. And then you get to this level, where we've got to get these mines here. We've got this indestructible boat that will chase us. So we have to kind of go serpentine. We've done it. So basically, this is sort of a bonus stage of sorts where we're making loops along the same stretch to collect as many of these power-ups as we can. Oh! This is the part where I start to tell you, oh, I hate this game. Much like the arcade classic ripoff, enemies will come and try to steal your shit. In this case, it's these people. And this UFO will join in the fun. And you can pick them up and bring them back to the square, basically. And we just have to kind of survive. I find it to be a very big pain in the ass. So perhaps I've purchased enough upgrades here that we're gonna end up being okay, but it's stressful. And now we have a weird boss fight. This is a weird game. Okay. This game gets, like, really stupid hard at a certain point, too. Alright, so here we're kind of just going down the river at a set speed. And we just have to, you know, take out the targets. Like this is about what these days when I play this game, this is about where I get to before I'm struck with a mix of like, okay, the difficulty kind of ramped up and also I don't have the patience to fucking do this anymore. My boat sank. All right, we did it. I thought I could spin in the air and do cool stuff there, but that was not the situation. Oh, yeah. Well, we missed and we're dead. Like, what the fuck? What are we doing? That's ridiculous. Like, you don't have a lot of time to line up with this jump. That's not good. That's not fun. All right, a good old-fashioned race. Oh, cool. What a sweet jump. But this is a game with ideas at a time when and I think it looks nice, sounds great. Like this is, I feel like this is one of Rare's better games on the platform. The idea that these pods don't slow down for you at all is kind of crazy. You also have to like time your shots properly because shooting your shot cancels your existing shot. And so you have to make sure that you're not like erasing a shot that's going to hit before it hits. If you get it close like this, that doesn't matter quite as much, but we can kind of slop our way through this a little bit. But like this, it's ill-suited. Your movement abilities and such are ill-suited for this type of confrontation. Because you don't move well enough to get away with it, you know? But also, it's fucking cool. It's a fucking cool game. It almost shouldn't work as well as it does. Fucking icicles. Ugh. Just happen to be at the exact right range to get lit up by those planes. Get fucked. Yeah, that was honestly way better than I was expecting to do. And way better than I normally do when I just like randomly go like, Cobra Triangle, I should play a game of Cobra Triangle. I like the way it moves in a lot of ways, and I hate the way it moves in some other ways. At low speeds, it's kind of a pain in the ass, but it is a difficult game, but I love its style. It has a lot of great style. Good music, good graphics. It has like, you know, fun little things of like, oh, if you shoot before the level starts, you get a bonus points, or if you spin after hitting the finish line, you do some fun spins in the air and you get some bonus points for that. Which is, you know, there's just like cool little touches like that, but it kind of gets a little too brutal a little too quickly. And I think that is kind of sort of its downfall to a certain extent, but it's a sort of pleasant thing. Like the isometric perspective works well in its to its benefit. I think that it makes good use of that in terms of just how it looks and everything. The levels where you're saving the guys that are stuck in I think that sucks. I think the boss fights are an interesting idea that doesn't pan out in terms of just like being a cool encounter or like a fun gameplay encounter, but it's like a cool weird thing of like, I gotta fight a dragon. And it gives you a good variety. I mean, I feel like we saw most of the variety in terms of just like level design, where it's like, okay, here's your upstream level, here's your jump the waterfalls, here's this, here's that. You know, like I think we made it through. I want to say we made it through every level type in there. And we beat the second boss, so we kind of made it to like the third zone, world, whatever you want to call it. I really like it. I think it moves. I think the animation is good. The boat looks nice. The boat looks nice. And in a boat game, you want a nice looking boat. The combat upgrades are compelling. I like the application, even if it is awkward to have to hit the select button while you're doing all this other stuff to choose a power up. I think that the application of the Gradius power up system to a non-Gradius game is a really interesting thing. It's more interesting than if they, because they could have just been like, oh, you earned money for finishing the races, and between races we're going to stop so you can buy upgrades or or whatever. Like they don't break it down. They just keep going. The power-up system, I think, works really well for it. But there are a lot of levels that just kind of don't have power-ups in them, so you're going levels without upgrading at all, which I could use a few more opportunities to upgrade. That said, they don't strip away the upgrades when you die, which is nice. So I think this game's got to score pretty well, scientifically speaking. I think we're looking at a game, if we go back to a game we played earlier today, it's certainly above Kid Icarus. Cobra Triangle is better than Low G Man, the Low Gravity Man. We'll take it over a Willow, over a Gradius for sure. Is Cobra Triangle better than Super Spy Hunter? Yes, it is. But we're getting into some pretty heady territory here. It's better than Trojan. Is Cobra Triangle better than Commando? Is it better than Guerrilla War? That's an interesting one as well. Huh. Seismic ramifications this high up on the list. Yeah. Is it better than Commando? Is Cobra Triangle better than Commando? Yeah, I love Commando, but it's a janky game. They are to be honored for what they did in terms of making it more than just an arcade port. We love that. We love to see it. But ultimately, Cobra Triangle moves beyond Commando, as well as Kung Fu, as well as Kickle Cubicle. Is Cobra Triangle better than Tecmo Bowl? Here's what we're going to do. All right. Cobra Triangle is our new number 12, fitting in between Tecmo Bowl and Gun Knack. I had a feeling this would end up being a top 20 game. It's Cobra fucking Triangle. When I created my Twitter account and didn't want to use my real name for the first year or so because I wasn't sure if Twitter was going to be a thing or not, my original username on Twitter was Cobra Triangle. Because I just had to think of something to type in the field, like, what username? What the fuck? I don't know. Should have kept it. All right. Wow. Yeah. Some of these games have taken a little bit longer than I thought, so I'm going to make some adjustments to the order here real quick to try to get the maximum number of games in. We'll see where we get to here, but Andrew suggests the next game. And it is another arcade port. It's Qbert from your friends at Ultra Games. Konami making Qbert for the NES is a really weird thing. But Konami did a lot of weird games. This control okay? I like that they created a whole new character for this screen and made it so he's got his little Q on his sweater. Is that okay? No. Yes, that's what I want. That's what I've always wanted. I don't like it when they like, oh, I need to rotate my controller to fit the diet. It never, my brain don't do that. No, wait, no, wait, no. What the fuck is wrong with you? They make you map it for each direction? No. Yes. No. Yes. No. Yes. Your son dressed up as Qbert for Halloween? That's fantastic. Oh, they added music. Weird. I didn't need to use the disc there. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. You gotta wait for Coily. Oh, yeah. I'm really thrown by the sound effects in this. I think they're really bad because I think the sound effects in Qbert, the arcade game, are incredible for its era. God, we're playing like garbage too. All right, that's a take on the original music there that they did. This doesn't look as good as the arcade version of Qbert, which came out years before this. Giving us Ugg and Wrong Way on the second level of the game is fucking crazy. What are you doing? Like, this is a difficulty ramp up way too soon. I hate the sound effects. I really... Ugh. I think their representation of the cursing is terrible, but obviously, you know, the continues in Qbert. What a weird concept. This sucks. This is a shitty Qbert. Oh. We got Slick there before he could cause any real trouble. This is, yeah, this sucks. Back here, you fuckface, you stupid dick. Oh, this is we're at level 2. We have to jump on everything twice. How's this game with colorblind issues? You know, it's not so bad. So Qbert eventually, the higher level stages get to a point where if you jump on a thing after it's already the color it needs to be, it changes it back. And some of those levels I remember having like actually pretty subtle color differences, and I remember getting to a point in arcade Qbert where it was like unmanageable for me. But yeah, it's the sound effects in this game have no personality. Like these are the terrible sound effects, and the sound of Qbert is great. The original Qbert is just a great sounding video game. So this is yeah, and I don't know, this is okay. This is a hard one for me color wise. The difference between uncolored and this one, and on like color 1, is like a really hard difference for me to see without really focusing. Yeah, without the voice synthesizer, you know, you lose a lot too. But that's, you know, that's a crummy version of that game. That's a crummy version of that game. Thanks to Andrew for suggesting it. It feels bad in the hand, like the latency between you pushing the direction and Qbert jumping. Which is always, like, Qbert never immediately would jump. There was always a little something there. But this feels a little more intense. I mean, it's better than Gilligan's Island. But it's worse than Renegade. Yeah, that's... That's going to go right there. As our new number 115. Thanks, Qbert. Ugh. All right. Blaine suggests this one. You know, hey, sometimes, you know, you just got to finish up a franchise. We've ranked the first one of these. So now let's see the second one. TNC2, Thrilla's Surfari. Which I'm not sure if I've played this game, or if I have, it's been for like 5 minutes. Bring Barbie Bikini to me. Life is good. R.I.P. those waves, Thrilla. Wait. Let me go, you derelict. Oh, Thrilla, what are we gonna do? I would wear that hat now. The like Legionnaire hat style of the 80s, like that I love it. Those hats have become, they just feel like they're not that easy to find anymore. Thrilla charters flight 1313 over Africa in search of Barbie Bikini. Couldn't charter the flight to land? Alright, we're starting with a little wood, I see. Did Thrilla turn to dust? The music feels like it's missing an instrument or something. Oh. Oh. I missed the beginning of it, so I don't know what did I see. Level 1, 2, more jungle. Game over, dude. Do you think he just said game over for a long time and then somewhere late in development someone said like, no, what if we wrote the word dude here? Like this part, I mean, there's parts of this that don't feel bad. Like there are aspects of this skateboarding here that are actually kind of decent. Okay, so you never get to see... They never lift up the shells to let you see what you... Fuck that. Oh, right, yeah. Don't do a big jump there because you'll die in the pit up here that you can't really see. Oh, we ate it. We blew apart into pieces. Jesus Christ, Thrilla. I'm just kind of hitting a button. I don't get the impression that the two buttons do different things. Game over, dude. I'm starting to have a distinct impression of this game. Oh, there's a banana there. I hate that. So you do have a life meter. If you take minor damage, you can survive one hit. But I feel like most of the damage I've been taking has been way too extreme, bro. That banana is like flickery in a way that you can barely even see it. What? Oh, shit. What? Oh, did it again. Took the big jump and then fell in the hole. Game over, dude. This game has something, but it's a disaster. Like there's something going for this, but it's also terrible. Ah, damn it. There's like a lack of feedback. Yeah, man. I guess I feel the same way about this so far that I feel about the first game, you know? It's like there's something here, but it's kind of just janky enough. Oh, I want to try to get that banana. Fuck, dude. Game over, dude. Oh, we can just turn around. I got the banana. Now I have 3 pips of health instead of 2. Yay! Yay! Whoa. Evil giraffe. Shit, I jumped on that guy's head and killed him. Oh, you motherfucker. What if I just go this way? Nope. The ability to just stop and turn around is a piece of knowledge that I honestly kind of wish I didn't have, because I think it makes the game worse. I like it as a high-speed fucking... you know... sports thing, and now that we're just kind of holy smokes. Are you shitting me? Suck my ass. Fuck this game. Get in the hole. Oh man, I was trying to jump on that fucking guy. Oh, okay, well, I guess fuck me. Oh, what a... Oh! Come on now. Game over, dude. This feels like, this whole game is nonsense. There are aspects of this game that I would almost call sick, but like... Fuck, I should just slow down, I guess, right? I mean, I should just slow down? Okay, let's get this, and then we'll bounce here, and we'll get as far as we can. Fuck you! I jumped over. Fuck you! Fuck this, dude. This is it. No, I didn't hit that. Dude, fuck this game. Fuck you, dude. What a shame. There's like something... There's a smidge of like skateboarding excitement here where... There's like a tiny little bit there where you're like, okay, I guess I see what's going for. But yeah, does that have surfing in it? I don't know. God damn it. The music is also maddening. It's a shame that this doesn't automatically populate with, it doesn't like know what game you're running. You have to go and load these files manually. Those cheats didn't work at all. That's the other fun thing. By not matching by the, like the CRC of the cart dump, you're never quite sure if any of this shit works. I wanted to cheat, it just wouldn't let me. Oh my god. Oh no! Okay. We're surfing now. But it's pretty much the same. Oh, I was supposed to go this way. I was like, wait, why is it not letting me go? That's weird. Like, it doesn't turn you around. It's just like the current sucks. Kind of the same death animation there as when you're on ground. That's not great. Well, I'm glad we got to see this, but I also don't think it's very good. The killer rhino? Oh shit, what the fuck is happening? What the fuck just happened? What the fuck is this game? Game over, dude! What the they were right. The killer rhino was... They were not fucking around. There's like something here, you know? there's like something to this, but it's not. So we've Big Bang Blitz in the chat has given us an infinite lives code, which is fine, but you still got to get through these levels in one fucking shot. You know, it's still these levels with no checkpoints and all of this other shit. It's you know, I'm a sucker for a skateboarding game. Kind of always have been. This one's this reminds me actually of the BMX in California games, weirdly enough, like the way these levels are kind of built. Anyway. That game is like 3 degrees off from being good. You know, it's like if they had just made some slight adjustments to it, I think that would have ended up like they could have done something there. There's bones to that game that you go like, yeah, all right. You kind of you see a little something. Surfing's way better than in the first game. I'll give it that. In fact, I'm going to say that game is scientifically speaking better than Wood and Water Rage. But it's also like more brutal than Spelunker is. All right, let's rethink this. Let's not just walk into this and say, hey, this is definitely better than this. Let's rethink it because, okay. It's no Spelunker. It's better than Galaxy 5000 racing in the 51st century. It's better than Mule. It's better than Iron Man Stewart's Super Off-Road. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't just like plopping it on the list and running away. That's the science. You have to think this through. All right. I guess make sure I'm getting the name of the game right. Yeah. Town and Country Surf Designs. Well, it's like the title screen says TNC 2 and then the box art says something different. We used to have all kinds of debate is not the word, but there was a lot of discussion about like what is the actual official legal name of a game, and so you'd have to go find it on a press release because when they would write it out and not have a logo or a short, you know, an abbreviation on a title screen or whatever, you know, you'd have to go find out like legally what is the real name of this game so that we could name the game page properly. Congratulations to TNC Surf Designs 2 Thrilla's Surfari. It's our new number 87. Just one notch ahead of the first game, which honestly I didn't expect. But you know, we talked about the first game last week where it's like I have a love for that game. An undying love for that game. But when we put it through the grinder that is the science, it didn't do nearly as well as it is in my heart. In my heart, Wood and Water Rage is a top 50 game. But as we put it through its paces, also Thrilla Surfari, brutal. No checkpoints, annoying obstacles, like pixel hits on those logs that seem like I should have been able to make it right past them. the dumb shell game at the end of the level. Like, there's some pretty stupid shit in there. But there's the skateboarding feels good sense of speed. You know, the jumps feel good and meaty. The trick animations are actually kind of nice. Even if you do have less control over the tricks in theory than you do in the first game. Thrilla looks good. I think that's a good looking sprite, you know, considering. So it does have some things going for it. You can't quite just write it off, because initially you'd be like, well, and here's another LJN piece of garbage and whatever else. But yeah, there you have it. Thrilla's Surfari, number 87 on our list of 132 games. And that's going to do it for this week's installment. Next week, the games we didn't get to. Shadow of the Ninja, Maniac Mansion, and Fester's Quest. Fester's Quest is another one of those Nintendo Power specials where it felt like every month it was more maps of Fester's Quest. The NES version of Maniac Mansion is not the version of that game by a long shot. But it's been a long time since I've seen the NES version of the game. I remember it being crummy. I remember playing it and going, ugh, God, this is garbage. And also a weird game all these years later to be appearing on this platform in the first place. It's all these years later. We have to go back and I don't know. In my head, it's like 1,000-year difference or whatever. But that's a Commodore 64 game. God damn it. And it's a fantastic one, and it's one of the greatest games of all time, Maniac Mansion, as well as its sequel, Day of the Tentacle, as well as I love Zach McCracken, which is the game they did in the middle there between, you know, somewhere in the middle of all that. I like Zach McCracken and the Alien Mindbenders quite a bit as well. It's not as tight as Maniac Mansion was. But it's got its charm for sure. Maniac Mansion is just amazing. Like one of the greatest games of all time. Easily. However, that's not the version of it. So we will look at the NES version of it next week and we'll refresh. It's been a long time since I've seen that version. So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm like, oh, actually this is fine. We'll see how it goes. But yes, Shadow of the Ninja, Fester's Quest, Maniac Mansion are the three games we're going to seed next week's list with. If you want to suggest games, head on over to patreon.com/Jeff Gerstmann. You can join the Gerstmann advisory panel. And, you know, you can suggest some games and hop on the Discord. And hey, they have multiple tiers. You can hop on the Discord. Please head on over. Check it out. Patreon.com/Jeff Gerstmann. The archive of the Game Awards stream should be up on YouTube. Unless over the last 3 hours, it's taken some weird copyright hit, but it was looking fine this morning. If you want to watch me watch if you want to watch a video of me watching a video, let me tell you, 4 hours of hot action, all there on YouTube for that ass. And yes, we'll populate the rest of this list, and yeah, maybe we'll get some Donkey Kong Jr. math on there. That's been one I've been thinking about a lot lately. I will spend some time investigating. Well, maybe we'll get some more light gun games out of the way. Might be nice to kind of crack into Duck Hunt or something like that. I need to figure out how to play Gyromite on this. I just need to map some buttons. That's not a big deal. And then Stack Up is going to be a big mystery. We'll spend a year figuring out how to emulate Stack Up. I don't know how that's going to even happen. But yeah, head on over. You can suggest some games. Patreon.com/Jeff Gerstmann. And we'll be back next Friday with more of this. That's the plan, right? But you'll see me first on Tuesday with the podcast and all of that sort of stuff. And we're, you know, inching our way back into the saddle here. So have a good weekend, everybody. And I will see you next week.